What's going on, dudes and dudettes? So, yes, the players in college football, especially in the Pac-12, sent a letter to Governor Newsom to try to see if he could get the process going quicker about being able to play football instead of waiting, until next year in January or even the spring. And it turns out like he even told them that they can practice. It's just going to be up to what their conference tells them. So as of right now, yes, USC, UCLA, all those schools are able to practice according to the governor, but they still have to get approval from the Pac-12. And if they are going to be happening a lot sooner than later, which they're hoping for some point in November, but I think they could get it even quicker at the end of October, I think, but we'll see what they can come up with. But it should be very interesting to see what can happen with this stuff, because the players definitely pushing, and you never know, because a couple other guys, Jay Tufele and Elijah Vera Tucker, they both opted out from USC to train for the NFL, but one did sign with an agent already in Tufele, and Vera Tucker has not. So maybe if they want to return to school, because they are going to play sooner than later, Vera Tucker might have an easier path because he did not sign with an agent. But if Tufele felt like he really needed to get these couple of games in, 8 to 10 games before the draft, I think he might do that, and it might be a little bit harder just because he did sign with the agent, but he should be able to get a waiver, because some guys have already tried to do that around the whole college football. So it should be very cool to see. And then the all NBA teams came out, and of course LeBron James and Anthony Davis made the first team. It's really awesome. It's even a record for LeBron James. It's his 16th, which is pretty crazy. I mean, he's been in the league about 20 years and he's been first team all NBA, which is freaking awesome. But congrats to those guys. Then Joey Bosa sadly missed practice on Wednesday, I believe it was, with a triceps injury. So that could maybe hold him out for the game against Kansas City, which would suck because they really need him on defense. But haven't heard as of yet if he did practice today or not. So we'll be able to update hopefully before the game, but we'll have to wait and see about that. And then both Zion Williamson and Jason Tatum made NBA teams as well. Jason Tatum was able to make the third team all NBA, which is really awesome for him. It just sucks because now the Celtics are able to offer him more money to be able to stay, which is horrible in my opinion. But yeah, every time you make all NBA teams, like whether all NBA or offense, defense, rookie teams, you're able to make more money in your contract, so you're able to stay. So that team is able to try to keep you as long as they can, so they're able to offer you the most money. But hopefully that does not happen. And then yes, Zion Williamson, of course, made the all NBA rookie team, even though he played like 30 some odd games, which is crazy. But yeah, he was able to make that. And speaking of the Lakers, yes, they finally have their Western Conference opponent, Western Finals opponent, which is the Denver Nuggets. Of course, the Clippers did a choke job. A lot of people are saying Kawhi Leonard could not live up to the hype, I guess, running a team by himself. And even Paul George as well, he was a no-show. So it's pretty crazy how it happened, but it is what I predicted earlier in that NBA bracket thing. I did have Lakers versus Denver. So yeah, it should be interesting because Miami and Boston are on the other side, and they already played one game, went into overtime, and Miami is leading that 1-0. So it should be very interesting to see who the Lakers play or not. So that'll be cool. Then for the defensive side of the Chargers, Casey Hayward was named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week. So congrats to him. He did a pretty good job defensively on the Cincinnati Bengals. And then what else? There's one more thing. Yes, the Chargers re-signed linebacker Malik Jefferson to their practice squad. I'm very happy about that because he is a talented guy at the linebacker position. Yes, he's from the University of Texas, but I always liked his ability and thought he was worth that second round draft pick from Cincinnati, but of course they let him go, and I was upset that the Chargers let him go, but I'm glad they were able to sign him to the practice squad and be able to keep him around for the season just in case, and hopefully for the future. And of course, I'm already forgetting to wear these glasses, but yes, they got them at Target. They are prescribed. They are Arnett, I think the name is the company. And yeah, I mean, I just like the bigger look just because I want to be able to like cover my whole eye sight basically, or even like, you know, the corner of your eye, so you could like pretty much close it all up instead of just, you know, even smaller, just to put it up to your eyes. But yeah, I guess it's for being able to read farther. I can still see things far. It's just like even on the freeway and you try to read a sign and you're, you know, 50 to 100 feet away driving at a fast speed, it's hard to see maybe, but other than that, I don't think I really need these 100%. But yeah, I guess what we have to deal with right now. Yes, get used to this, people. So yes, they did say that the NCAA announced that the college basketball will be returning November 25th, which is at least some good news. But apparently you can't go off and recruit until after January 1st, which kind of makes sense just to see how the whole virus situation is going on by then, and being able to do everything safely for the first couple months, be able to see where you're at and everything, so you don't have to cancel the season, I guess. So that's good to hear, and definitely glad Duke will be able to get going soon. They look like a pretty formidable team this year. And then John Baxter, the tight ends coach for USC football, apparently according to 24/7 Sports, which is a pretty highly regarded sports page, especially for high school football, they said he's considered one of the top 30 under 30 years of age, I guess. So he's one of the top 30 players who's under the age of 30. And yeah, I mean, I haven't heard that much. I haven't really heard of anything really good-wise coming from the tight ends. They haven't been able to stay healthy, but I think he's only been there for a year, so kind of gave him some slack, I guess, for myself. But we'll see what he could do in a couple years, and yeah, if he gets these guys going good, then I'll be able to say he is a good head coach candidate going into the future. And then yes, to end this video off with some miscellaneous news. So of course, Tom DeLonge was in an interview from The Guardian, which is a pretty well-known magazine or newspaper outlet. And yeah, he just said make sure everyone is ready to open their minds when it comes to all of this UFO stuff, because I mean, from what he's talking about, he can't really say in that interview. It's a good interview if you want to read it, but yeah, a lot of it he can't tell the person, but obviously there is 100% proof that there were UFOs or stuff that people could not explain. He even mentions like, what if the Star of Bethlehem wasn't really a star, but maybe it was some kind of UFO object. I mean, he's mentioning some crazy stuff that could change a bunch of history that we all know. And yeah, it should be very interesting to see the stuff he comes out with, and hopefully he's able to detail a lot of what he's learned, be able to teach us all. But every time he says if people knew a percentage of what he knows, they would freak out. He even learned something one time that he was told, and he wasn't able to sleep for 3 straight nights. So yeah, some pretty crazy stuff. Don't know if I want to know, but I'm gonna have to know anyways. It's part of our world now. So thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe, comment down below, let me know what y'all think. Let me know what you think of the new glasses. And yeah, have a great day. Thanks.